All right, welcome to the Melbourne Stars podcast. I'm the mighty Melbourne Stars.
And I'm Melbourne Stars News. I'm the Instagram account. I'm the co-host of this podcast, and we're very excited to be discussing the trade period that has just been released today. We're going to be informing you guys about what's to come and what we're going to be seeing in the Big Bash in the upcoming months.
Yeah, for sure. It should be good fun.
Yeah, so I guess we'll get straight into it. We've just had the news of the Big Bash announcing we can now sign international players for up to 3 years. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I thought it's really good. Like I reckon it's awesome that we get to sign one international player for 3 years. But I reckon with the Stars we have to play our cards right and choose the international that we want to sign on for 3 years. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. We definitely don't just want to jump to conclusions and sign someone who isn't reliable for 3 seasons. We definitely have to make a wise decision here. So a lot of pressure on the recruiting team to choose someone who we want to see in green for 3 years. So yeah, I believe this separate kind of 3 year draft will be taking place before the regular draft. So that's where the Big Bash is saying you can't retain players. So I believe that options are very, there's a lot of great options now that you can't retain players. So who do you think we should look for a 3 year contract?
Oh, I don't know. I liked Trent Bolt when he was at the Stars, the New Zealand quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's great and someone who you can rely on for many years to come. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who we pick. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of great players out there from international, but I mean, I love Lowry Evans from the Scorchers. He's always been consistent for them over the time he's been playing there.
Yeah, no, definitely that's a good selection. We just need someone who's just going to come in, do a job, and be consistent and be a real X factor to the team because we need we haven't had an X factor player for a while. Can you recall the last time we've had someone who's been a key player that's taken wickets and smashed some centuries?
Yeah, we definitely need someone who can really stand up. And then obviously, we've got some older players who are probably towards the end of their careers. We need that guy who can come in for 3 years and just lift the team up and really help us get up the ladder. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see who we will sign. Yeah,
I reckon another player we should look at is AB de Villiers.
yeah, he was great. I believe he last played for the Brisbane Heat, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a great asset to their team. I believe he opened the batting at some stage in his Big Bash career, and yeah, got them off to great starts. And that's what we're looking for, really. Just someone who can, bring some firepower to the team, some excitement. That's what the club's really looking for.
Yeah, no, definitely. Who do you want to see the Stars pick up in this year's draft?
Well, I mean, there's so many great players out there. Unfortunately, we don't have the list yet, but just some names from last year. I mean, Rashid Khan, if he can, I mean, that's like just a stock standard pick. He's just so reliable. We'd love a spin bowler like Rashid. Like I said, Larry Evans. There's so many great players out there that we could sign. I'm not sure. Do you think we need someone like a batter, a bowler, or an all rounder?
I reckon bit of an all rounder. We've got good batters. I reckon we just need more bowlers and to strengthen our bowling lineup because our bowling has been inconsistent from time to time. They haven't been able to bowl perfectly at all times. They've just been like going left, right, and center and just costing us games and everything. But I think it's again due to the mentality of the team. Like I said when we started the review and the podcast, that it was just not good enough. And as I said, if we want to be a finals team, we have to be mentally resilient.
Yeah, that's 100% right. We had a great win streak throughout the season, but we just couldn't hold on due to our lack of resilience and experience. It really let us down, but hopefully we can turn things around the next season. I've just been reading the Big Bash news, and they were talking about players who are signed on the 3 year deal. must be available for the full season, and they must be able to play finals.
Oh, that's excellent. I reckon we should try have a crack at Johnny Bairstow, who he tries to get but couldn't because of international duties. I reckon if we get him, he would be one of our key players to take us from an irrelevant team to a title contention team.
Yeah, yeah, Johnny's a big name, especially around Australia. Yeah, he'd be great to have, some wicket keeping power and a great batter, really. And yeah, I was also reading about there's a new week called Retention Week or Retaining Week. It's where clubs are able to retain players before the draft, so it gives clubs more time to work out who they're going to pick. Because like what our draft happened last year, we took Rashid Khan with the first pick, but unfortunately he was retained by the Strikers. So now clubs can choose in advance who they want, so they don't have to worry about all this retention stuff. And yeah, there's also a new international signing. So whoever is signed, any players signed by Cricket Australia are now eligible for the Big Bash draft, even if they haven't played Big Bash before. So there is a gap in the international fixture where in between ODIs and tests and T20s throughout the summer. So there is a time where clubs can sign any international players signed by Cricket Australia. So that could be, who do you think we should sign from the Cricket Australia team?
I'm gonna go the. Oh, that's a tough one because they're all really reliable. Josh Hazelwood.
Yeah, Hazelwood's been a great. He's a great pick. I mean, recently we've seen his talent just really stepping up in recent Test matches. He'd be a great option. But yeah, I was quite surprised to see that Cricket Australia are releasing that. So yeah, it's quite shocking to see that Big Bash clubs can take any listed player from Cricket Australia, and there's a decent gap in the international fixture. So yeah, we'll be seeing those players possibly play, 2 to 4 games throughout the Big Bash season, which is huge for some clubs. That's really great news.
Who do you reckon we should take with the international draft and everything?
Um, it's a really tough one. I mean, I'd go for a bowler personally, like Josh Hazelwood, like you said, or Pat Cummins. Even Mitchell Stark, he's very reliable in a T20 match. It just depends. I'm not sure how the picks work, who gets the first pick or what selections. That's why we're still waiting on a bit of information, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think definitely a bowler.
Yeah, I'm sure like everyone's gonna because I really think we need if we were a title contention team, who are the two key players would you sign for us to be a title contention and winning championships? Because we haven't done that so far this season or per seasons in the past. We've come close though.
Sorry, you cut out a second. Was that two players from Cricket Australia, like Test, or two players just Big Bash International?
The international.
International, two players. Well, I think we definitely have to separate a batter and bowler. I feel like we do need some, although we have a lot of batting firepower, I think we still need, another reliable international batter. Could that be Dan Lawrence? Maybe in the future. He is still young. We've seen him perform well. But I'm going to have to still go with my man, Larry Evans. I mean, from the Scorchers. I'm sorry, I know I've said it a couple times, but he's been great, really, for him. He's so reliable. We saw him in I believe it was ooh, BBL 10 or BBL 11 grand final. Scorchers were in shambles. And then he came back. He made like 80 runs and just saved the day for them. So he's definitely my number one pick for the batter. For the bowler, I'm not so sure. I'd have to take a look at the list and see who's available. I can't think of someone who comes to mind at this stage. Do you have any ideas for bowlers?
Big Jofra Archer.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great pick, Jofra Archer. So exciting to watch, just an all-round superstar. Yeah, and he's played at the international level, and we've seen him dominate in the Big Bash before. So yeah, that's definitely a great pick. I think those two would go well together in green.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. So you want to let the fans know about what the plans are for the future of the podcast?
Yeah, so we've got some really exciting news, guys. We're going to be trying to get some local Melbourne celebrities to come on the podcast. names. Like Kados. Been a big YouTube star for a while. We're gonna try to get the up and coming guys like Roaming Has. He's great. So yeah, I'll let my co-host announce some of the other names.
Yeah, so some of the other names is the big boy Cardman 22. He's been a YouTuber for a long time. Little bit after Caden. He's a Renegades fan, and he's someone who we're looking into. Also the Bev show. He's a massive fan of the Hobart Hurricanes. He's another good one. We also trying to get on Jesse from True Footy, who's a Perth Scorcher man, and and Patrick. He's a massive Thunder fan. He's from TikTok. He's just very passionate, like us. He likes it when his team wins, but he doesn't like it when his team loses. And they're just some of the names that we're going to be trying to get on the podcast. So yeah, that's the names we have coming on the podcast so far.
Yeah, so with all those awesome people, we're going to be, getting their predictions on the upcoming Big Bash season. Obviously, we've still got a while to go, but that's all right. We're just planning out everything. So we're going to get all their predictions, and we're going to ask them. I'm going to put up a poll on my Instagram of, some questions for them, and they're going to answer, some frequently asked questions. It's great to have these guys with thousands of followers come on. It's really going to help this podcast grow, guys, and we hope you look forward to seeing them on. So make sure you look out for my Instagram stories in the coming months, and I'll be putting up some Q&As for you guys to ask these guys, the other guys.
Yeah, no, exactly right. We just can't wait to explore our the big portion of the podcast where so we're also like when with the reviews and the previews, we get, for example, because we play the Renegades and we play nearly every team twice. We usually get like a new celebrity YouTuber from each of the clubs. So, like for example, we can get Cardi on for the first Melbourne Derby in Jan, and then we can get the roaming has in late in the year, and that would be really good just to expand our podcast even more, and yeah, that they should help us with the channel, my YouTube channel, and hope to grow our podcast and my co-hosts Instagram as well. It's going to be great fun. Like I hope your fans are all looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've had a lot of positive messages from my fans in the past months just about how awesome this podcast is going. They love, keeping up with the Big Bash even in the off season. And yeah, this is going to really help get everyone excited for the upcoming season. And I'm really looking forward to having these guys on and help grow your YouTube channel and my podcast and Instagram account.
Yeah, definitely. You, I was gonna say we so with the I was gonna say the AFL's like got gather round coming up. Have you been keeping up with the AFL, and if so, how are you liking Hawthorn this year?
Look, I was actually at the game, the Easter Monday game yesterday. I was a little disappointed. We got off to a very rough start. It was 7-41 in the end of the first quarter. But then we did come back. We kicked the 5 goals in a row, and I was really impressed. We got it to within 4 points, which is really great for us. I wasn't expecting it to be that close. But then, yeah, unfortunately, Tom Hawkins, Jeremy Cameron just kind of took it away. Cats kicked like 3 goals in a row, and it was tough to watch. But I'll actually be heading to Adelaide for Gather Round. So yeah, it's going to be great to watch some footy over there and hopefully see some of the guys like Roaming Has. I know he's going to be there. Maybe I'll try, talk to him about the podcast if I see him.
Yeah, no, definitely. With St Kilda, went down to the Bombers by 4 points. We absolutely should have won that game. We choked so bad. But no, winning against Collingwood was great too, and you should have beaten Geelong. So there's been some games where we could have won, but we've decided, nah, let's just chase Arsenal. Let's get in the front all day and lose at the end. It's just typical Saints footy. We love to choke the best moments, and oh my god, like being a St Kilda fan is just a hard watch.
Yeah, yeah, I feel yeah. I know how it feels to choke some games and have some tough watches. But I mean, hey, at least you've got some wins, and I see a bright future in the Saints. To be fair, even this season, I know they're going to do better than my Hawks, but hey, it's all right.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's very good, positive words. And I was watching the Hawks and Geelong game, and I was like, bloody hell, Jack Ginnivan's trying to bust out his high tackling Collingwood days. That was just pretty funny. What you think about that?
Yeah, I actually had a real good angle of it. It was quite funny to see him just put his neck up and get the crowd go crazy. I'm not sure how it looked from the TV, if it looked fake or real, but yeah. And then I saw a lot of posts on social media after about, what does Jack Ginnivan have to do to get a free kick, or was it fake? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't think that was fake. I think he's just trying to deliberately go back to his Collingwood days and just lift the neck and be like, "Oh, let me get free kick umpire." Like it's just absolutely funny. I just laughed my ass off. How do you reckon
Yeah.
Ginnivan will go against his former team? You reckon there'll be punch-ons or?
I think it'll be a lot of anticipation. I think it's going to be a really great game. It'll be interesting to see how Ginnivan does. I'm sure the Collingwood fans will be up and roaring in his face. He'll have a lot of pressure on him, but I know he can perform in those big moments. We saw it last year. So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll kick a goal. But yeah, it'll be really fun to see how Collingwood react.
Yeah. So and a question: who do you reckon will win the flag this year? Obviously it's too early to tell. Do you reckon Collingwood will be in there, or do you have someone else who's surprised you this season so far?
Well, yeah, I mean, Collingwood have had a rough start. They were 0-3 to start, but it is very early, as you said. I think Collingwood will be in the race, to be honest. I think they're going to finish in the top five and be right up there like they were last season. However, I don't think they're going to win it. I think GWS are going to win it. I think they've been waiting for years now, waiting since like 2016, and they've just come short in the finals. But they've had a good start this season, and I think they might come on top with it. Yeah, if not, I mean, there's always some other guys like, Port Adelaide or anyone really. I see there could be some other. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think GWS. What about you?
I'm actually a bit surprised by Fremantle this year. They're looking really really good. They just surprising me because I'm like, yeah, I had Fremantle not even making the eight, and now they're what sitting fourth or something, and they're just beating teams that they should be beating. Like it's just crazy to see that the team Fremantle are rising. But I've got actually Sydney winning the flag.
Yeah, yeah, Sydney are a great team. I do like that pick, and yeah, Fremantle, as you said, there's always that one team every year that kind of unexpectedly step up, and yeah, I think it is Fremantle this year. It'll be interesting to see how they go throughout the season. But yeah, that's a great hot take. I like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I guess we may as well end the podcast since there's like nothing to talk about. Like this, I
Yeah,
was
I mean,
hoping.
it's hard starting a podcast, when we've only got one thing to talk about, really, which was the international draft situation. But hopefully, in the coming weeks, we actually do get some news and some information. I know we've said that the last time, but this time I feel now that the trade period's open, we actually will. So hopefully, we'll leave it a couple of weeks and we'll gather some information and we'll have a great episode for our viewers, because I know this episode, wasn't we didn't have as much information as we would have liked, but we thought we'd just get a podcast out to keep you guys entertained and hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. No, looking forward to the fans aspects, and if your fans ever want to like message either myself or my co-host, just hit us on our personal Instagram, TikTok, Facebook accounts, or well, my Facebook account anyway. Instagram, TikTok, all of them accounts, and we'll try our best to answer your questions or your feedback. And yeah, no, it's been a perfect start to the podcast. We've been waiting a long time for this, and we just want to get something out for you guys until next time, where we can gather information. Hopefully, we have information and there's recruits signed for the Stars next time we speak. So I'll leave my co-host to his closing thoughts, and yeah, go Stars.
Yeah, it's been a great podcast, guys. We thank you all for coming in and listening. Yeah, we hope to see you guys in the coming weeks when we gather some more information about the international draft and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you to the host Heath for coming on. It's been a great episode, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, no, definitely. See you later, guys.
See ya.